Hello everyone, we are back with yet another video. So this is the extension of the last video on map that we saw. In this video we are just going to see all these functions in action that I already explained. So if you are coming here first, I will recommend to go back to the last video. I'll put the link in the description. So let's just get started. I have included the header file for all the STL functions, algorithms and everything. I have also declared a map of integer and character. So our key will be of integer type and our value will be of characters type. So let's just get started. Let's try to add few values. So I already explained that there are two ways to add a value. One is you can just do this is integer, right? So you can just add it like that. Also, let's try to finish this functions which is show map. So we can just call this function at any time to print what our map contains. Okay, so here, yeah, so I already wrote this part. So we have a container, we need to define a iterator for it. So the iterator will be of the same type the map is. And then for traversal, so this is very important. This you will need in any question that you are trying to solve it with map. So this container will initialize it with the begin iterator, like the begin position. We'll move it till the end and we'll do it++. And because it is a pair, like every element of this map will be a pair, so we will just try to print the first and second. Okay, so this is pretty easy. If you want to print it in the reverse order, you can use r begin and r end in the similar fashion. So as we already added one this 2 comma a pair, let's just try to see whether this works or not. Yeah, right, 2 and a. Okay, let's just try to add some more elements and see how it works. So we already I already explained you that this whatever map is there, it will always store the elements in a sorted order with the key pair. So let's just try to see whether that is happening in our case or not. So this doesn't happen in case of unordered map, but if you're using a simple map, whenever you're printing, this should print in a sorted order. So as you can see, it has sorted it out. We added this one after 2, but it has sorted this out. Okay, now let's try to add one more pair with same key and different value and see what happens. Let's do this 2 and D. So as I already told you, it should overwrite, but let's just see this in action. See, it has overwritten our value, right? Now the 2 becomes D. So in this case, our key will always be unique. You see that this has not added a new entry but overwritten the entry with the same key. So this is one important thing that you need to keep in mind. Now let's just try the other way of adding the element, which is by pair. So what we'll do is dot insert. Let's just try to insert this pair, which is 4 comma say p. Okay, let's see what happens. It has inserted and sorted in the form. So these are two ways by which you can insert it. So here we have inserted. Now let's just see the other function. Let's just try to delete few elements. Okay, so deletion is, as we already seen here, right? Where is that? Yeah, delete we can do it, delete we can do it by these number of ways. One entry we can just delete one entry, and one entry we can delete it by the iterator position or the key value. Then we can use erase with a range. So you can give a start and end index or end iterator and it will erase the whole range, and the clear will clear the whole whole map, right? Whole container. So yeah, let's try to give mp dot erase. Let's just first try to give it by this key value. So see, it has deleted the second position. Now let's comment this out and get the iterator position. Okay, so it equal to, we have to first declare this, so let's just copy paste it here. Okay, and what we'll do is give it equal to mp.begin. So this will contain the first position. Now let's just try to erase mp.erase it. It should delete the first entry. See, it has deleted the one. Other way of getting the iterator position is by the use of find. So if you remember in the last video, I told you that mp.find returns the iterator position if that element is present. Otherwise, it will return the end, mp.end. That's why when you want to find that element is present or not, you compare it with the end. So here let's just give 1, okay, or let's just give 2. So it should delete the second, this entry 2.a. okay. See, it has deleted the second entry. So now you also saw the how find works, and you also saw how erase works. Now the other thing is, let's just have it1. I'm going to show you how you can delete the range, right? it1. So now you are going to get it1 equal to mp.find, let's just say the last entry, which is 5, right? Okay, now let's try to delete the whole range it1, and let's just see what happens to our map. So the last entry what you give, right, it will take 1 before that. So it has deleted from the first, that is 2, till the last entry not included. Okay, so it has deleted 1, and it has deleted the middle entries, which were 2 and 4. If you give some more entries, say m.3 equal to x, it will delete that as well, because if you remember that our map contains elements in the sorted order. Okay, see, it has deleted that. So now you have seen find, you have seen insert, you have seen delete. Also, one other way that you can use the find is, suppose if, what you can do is, mostly it is used in the if else condition. So if mp.find, let's just try to find something that is not present, 7 equal to mp.end. okay, so this should come out to be true because this element is not present. So it should give us entry not present. Okay, now let's just run this. See, this is not present, so it will give you, if I try to do it for 5, it should not print anything because we have not added any else condition. See, so these are the most common things that you will use. The other functions are also, I have explained that, so let's just quickly try that as well. We had size and maximum size, right? So let's just try to print that. Cout map size, right? mp.size. So all the functions that are using will be used in the same fashion, that is mp, whatever the name is, and then the function, and if you need to pass any parameter to that, max size. Right, so this was the thing, right? So you have max size, okay, you have size, and you have empty. So empty I'll not show you because I've already shown you in a lot of videos already. Let's just try to print that and see what comes up. See, the max size is this much, so you can add that many elements, and the size comes up to be 5. Okay, so yeah, although okay, we are deleting it afterwards, that's why it is coming out to be 5. If you do it after the delete operation, it will be shrunk. You have already seen how to find, you already saw how to iterate. Another function is count. So count basically returns 0 or 1. 0 if that element is present, 1 if that element is not present. Count should give a count, but because all the keys are unique in that case, it will just have a 0, 1. So you can just see that as well. Let's just try to print count 2. Okay, so it should give us 1 because we are deleting it afterwards, and 2 is present. So let's just see that. So yeah, I have not actually changed this, so this will give you 0, 1. Rest all the functions you can actually try it out. I have already covered the access. Okay, access, let's just try add. So if you want to access some element, right, so how you can do is, one way is to iterate over all the elements and just do first or second. But if you want, like if you know that this key is present and you want to get the value, so you can just do it using the square brackets. Okay, so let's just say mp dot 2, sorry, mp this bracket, and you can also do it using the add operator, value add 5. So you can do mp dot add 5. So these both the functions work similarly. It will just return you the value and you're just giving the key. So value at C is 5, value at 2 is D. So this comes in pretty handy. Rest what is left, we did this, we saw the deletion, we saw the iterators, we saw find and count. Upper bound and lower bound, you can try it out. It is quite easy. Then yeah, you can also try out swap, map, equal to operator also we saw. So where we saw this, here you see that we are using an equal to operator to copy the elements of MP to G for printing purpose. So yeah, I have covered pretty much it. You can try it out, upper bound and lower bound. I will generate the URL and share it below. I'll also add the code for upper bound and lower bound here. I'm just leaving it so it's an exercise for you to try it out. Maybe you can use the same link, my same code, so that you don't have to rewrite all the functions here. You can just try things out. You can delete the upper bound and lower bound code which I am writing here and try it out. If you still face any issue, just let me know, comment down below. If you want me to make a video of any other function, just tell me. And hope you really like this video. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like my work. Also share it with your friends. It gives me motivation to make a lot of videos for you guys. Bye bye. Have a nice day.